Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So, this whole Voyager bankruptcy thing has gotten a lot more complicated. And also, we now know who is the second biggest, I guess, ower or borrower of Voyager. And is none other than Sam Bankman-Fried of FTX and Alameda Research. Man, this whole thing got really complicated really fast. So let's discuss all these things. And of course, let's talk about Bitcoin and crypto overall, which seems to be building more strength as the day goes on. So let's talk about that, and also DCA Day and UD giveaway. A lot of you guys have been patient about it. I do finally have the list, and it's time to select some winners. So let's do this. Smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell to get notified of all my streams. Follow me on social media, especially TikTok, which is great because it's just dedicated segments to Q&A. Also, make sure you check out CryptosRUs.com and the brand new Clips channel for those of you guys that don't have enough time to watch my live streams. All right, guys. Welcome. Hopefully you guys are doing well tonight overall. Bitcoin climbing very slowly, 20,500. So that's a good start. A lot of altcoins coming up today, and today is DCA day, so I'll get to that at the end. But overall markets, well, today, today overall, I guess people didn't find good old Fed Chair Powell that scary. After the minutes came out, basically reiterated what he said before. The Fed could be more restrictive. There could be another 75 basis point next month, or this month, I should say, even though it's less likely, maybe 50 basis points, but as high as 75 basis points. And basically, they'll continue the course and get more restrictive or raise rates even more, right, to battle inflation. So nothing outside the ordinary was said, so that's good. So markets overall did okay. Tomorrow's looking red, but it could turn, right? So not too much going on for today in terms of the U.S. markets. Nothing unexpected. All right, so let's get to the meat and potatoes. Let's talk about Voyager and this big complication. Actually, it's not just one, multiple complications. Many things. So we know this morning, I covered this, Voyager declared bankruptcy, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and they came out their restructuring plan, which at first glance was no good. Basically, what they're going to do is they're going to give out shares, they're going to give out VGX tokens, they're going to give out what they could claim from Three Arrows Capital, and a little bit part of your crypto back. That's what they're saying. Now, in terms of the distribution of each, unknown at this point, and this is subject to approval. That is what they're aiming for, right? So a lot of people obviously did not like that. In fact, even Alameda Research didn't like that. So it turns out Alameda Loan Facility is rejecting that plan because they basically get cut out. So actually, a lot of people didn't like it, including Alameda Research. Okay, so that's the complication, but it gets even wilder, way wilder. No. Well, I'll just cover these things. It gets wilder. Well, first of all, there's a lot of course, anger and FUD right now. Dallas Mavericks fans is hating on Mark Cuban because Voyager and Dallas Mavericks has this big partnership, and obviously this was a big endorsement for Voyager, and a lot of fans are really angry. So in terms of them buying Mavs tickets for next year, probably will decrease. But not only that, there's other complications. There are several states, Alabama, Texas, New Jersey, and others are bringing action against Voyager, accusing it of selling unregistered securities to residents in their states. So there's that's going on as well. And in Canada, Voyager Digital stock has been halted. So you can't trade it anymore. It has been halted because they're looking at what is going on with Voyager with this bankruptcy thing. So a lot of bad news right now going on, right? A lot of complications in terms of this bankruptcy proceeding. But that's not the biggest complication. The biggest thing is this. It turns out, well, no. Where is that? Where is that? Here. This is the story I'm looking for. It turns out, besides ETHEREUM, which took out a $666 million loan, the second biggest borrower turns out none other than Sam Bankman-Fried Alameda Research. This doesn't even make any sense. It's like a big circle, right? And why is this a big circle? Because just recently, we saw that Alameda Research opens a line of credit of about $500 million to Voyager, right? So this line of credit includes $200 million in cash, basically USDC, and 15,000 Bitcoin. So they open this up, yet they owe Voyager $377 million. Like, how does that make sense? It doesn't make any sense right now, right? Like, I don't know what's going on anymore. It's like one big circle here, right? And part of the bankruptcy procedures, which talks about recouping money from ETHEREUM and giving that back to the asset depositors, why not include Alameda Research in there too? Because can they not collect, or does Voyager purposely not want to collect? Like, what is going on here? Right, so here's my theory. My theory is because this was loaned out to Alameda Research at a rate between 1 to 11%. Okay, I don't know why the gap is so big. All these are big, 3 to 10%, 4 to 13%, right? So you can see 1 to 11%. They're definitely making money from this. So I'm guessing they don't want to collect this because they're still making income from Alameda Research. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, they're making income, and then they're borrowing, right? So they basically don't want to collect. That's what I'm thinking. Otherwise, why would they not ask for that money back and just borrow less from Alameda? To me, it doesn't make any sense, right? So yeah, that just came out. That just came out today. So this whole thing is like one big circle, you know what, that I'm not going to say. And it's really quite interesting. And plus, Alameda Loan Facility, which is the loan department, rejected this proposal, this bankruptcy proposal, right? So yeah, it just gets really complicated. So I don't know how this is going to end out. Is FTX going to buy Voyager? Unknown at this point, right? But it's just a really interesting development right now. It's a really interesting development right now. And I have no doubt that Sam Bankman-Fried has enough money. He has plenty of money to give out, and I'll talk about that in just a little bit. But this whole thing about why Voyager avoided talking about Alameda Research, avoided talking about collecting from Alameda Research, right? Is it a safe face because he wants to look good in front of Sam Bankman-Fried? Is it because they're collecting income right now from them? Who knows? Who knows, right? And there's a few others that you know obviously have exposure, but the biggest two is Alameda and ETHEREUM. So quite interesting. And not only that, you know, this new bankruptcy procedure, it turns out according to proposal, existing shareholders. So if you hold Voyager stock right now, you get nothing. So that's even worse. Right, so they're not even considerate of the shareholders right now. So that also complicates things. I don't know what the shareholders are going to think if they're going to end up with nothing, right? So yeah, that also just complicates this whole proposal. I don't know if it's going to go through. It's just a proposal right now. This bankruptcy proceeding and this proposal, what they want to do. If everyone's rejecting it, they'll have to come out with something better. But man, this thing is just really complicated. As for FTX and Alameda, even though they're two separate companies, they're all owned and controlled by Sam Bankman-Fried. So really, it's just one guy, and he's willing to spend $2 billion to stop contagion and basically to help the entire industry. For example, giving out the loan to Voyager, giving out to BlockFi. I'll cover that a little bit. And who knows what else they're going to do to buy out Robinhood, right? That's a possibility. He was asked that. He's like, maybe that's a possibility. People are questioning him. How do you have so much money? And he's basically saying, well, no. I mean, we were smart and we didn't hire that many people. That's what he says. I think something else is going on. But it's just a big circle, you know what, right now, right? Like, it's just really, really weird. But, of course, FTX is also trying to buy BlockFi. They gave BlockFi a $400 million loan and an option to acquire them for additional $240 million, which places the whole deal around $640 million. It's not guaranteed that they will buy them, but right now, BlockFi seems to be right now sitting somewhat pretty, I guess, because compared to everyone else, they still have withdrawals open, right? They're still operating. They're still communicating. They're not going to bankruptcy procedure, and they have this big line of credit with FTX. So BlockFi right now seems like they're doing better than others, but fingers crossed, I don't know what's going to happen. They're suffering right now along with everyone else, so I can't say they're 100% healthy, but they do seem like they're in pretty decent shape, although who knows, right? And, of course, FTX, again, has seemingly endless money to kind of just throw everywhere, which makes you wonder where all that money came from. And Binance, where are they? Why are they not participating? Binance is still kind of being very, very, very quiet. While FTX is making all the noise right now, where is Binance? Right? Don't know. But I think CZ is planning something huge. Huge. Maybe they buy Coinbase. I doubt it, but in here, in this interview, Sam Bankman-Fried actually was asked, are you thinking about buying Coinbase? He's like, no, right? I don't think even FTX has enough money to buy Coinbase, but someone like Binance may have enough money saved up for that. Not that I'm saying that will happen, but one could theorize about that. Anyways, all right. As for other FTX stuff, Ledger's partnering up with FTX, so you could actually buy directly through Ledger Live with FTX. And I only mention this because I talk about Ledger a lot. It's one of my hardware wallets that I depend on and use all the time, right? But this is another reason to be utilizing a hardware wallet because trading has become much easier. They have their own swap, and now they have this partnership with FTX. So there you go. All right. Now, as for some of the other companies, Celsius reorganizes their board of directors. So a lot of people got fired and a lot of people got added on. Two people primarily added on. You have David Barse and Alan Jeffrey Carr. Carr is a services company that leads complex restructurings and litigation and manages portfolios in distressed environments. So Alan Jeffrey Carr is definitely important because they are going to be restructuring and they are going to be facing a lot of litigations and they have to manage distressed portfolios and investments. So he definitely is someone they want to add on to the board. And someone else is the founder of a private family office, DBM Holding. So I'm wondering if David Barse is being brought in for liquidity. Maybe this private family office wants them to inject liquidity into Celsius, right? I'm thinking family office. A lot of them have billions upon billions of dollars looking to invest. Maybe they could get in Celsius and help them save them, inject the liquidity, and get a huge percentage of the new company, the new restructure company. I'm thinking that's the reason, right? So these two guys were added to the board along with Alex Mashinsky and his co-part Shalomi Leon, right? They're still on the board, but everyone else has been terminated. So yeah, that's the latest with Celsius. So they are making moves right now. They are definitely making moves, trying to figure things out. They've been paying down their loans quite a lot. I think they paid off their loan to Maker, so that liquidation is no longer issue. But yeah, they're still facing liquidity issues. So maybe they're gonna come out of this with these two gentlemen being added on. All right, so that's the latest. All right, now as for other things, still a lot of Good things, a lot of projects, companies not giving up. Here's an example, Hut 8. They are one of the North American miners out there. They have just added another almost 6,000 mining rigs at their Ontario site. And they said they are holding all their Bitcoin. They're not selling any, right? And this is important. Miners are basically the largest holders of Bitcoin out there. And if they sell, if they dump, obviously it's going to cause massive amount of sell pressure. But most of them, at least in the North America region, they're all holding because they know Bitcoin is the future. They don't want to sell even a single one, right? Them, along with the long-term holders, right? They are what's holding Bitcoin up and will drive it forward. And that will not change, right? And I'm glad to hear it. And also, we know about Peter Schiff recently, right? What's happened to his bank closure is a perfect example why Bitcoin should be in everyone's wallets, right? One of the reasons why people flock to Bitcoin because they see it as a way to break away from government tyranny, government control, right? And Peter Schiff, one of the most, the biggest Bitcoin bear out there, is facing that. He's getting his bank taken away from him. There's a lot of stories about how it was closed for tax evasion and money laundering, whether or not that was made up or not, we don't know, right? His clients' funds are being locked up in this bank. They can't withdraw, right? So he's facing the very thing that people are trying to avoid by buying and holding Bitcoin, right? And, you know, Peter Schiff had trolled a lot of people, and today President Bukele trolled back at Peter Schiff's January tweet, right, about how Michael Saylor and Bukele they don't have enough dry powder to keep the market up. And then President Bukele responded today, how's your bank going? I don't know if that's I don't know if that's a tasteful jab back at Schiff, but whatever, you know. Schiff has trolled these guys long enough. Now they're starting to fight back a little bit. So, I mean, again, gives you a good example, a very good example, real world example of what could happen to you, your money, your company, your bank, right? Could be seized instantly in a blink of an eye, right? But not Bitcoin. And as for other things, what's going on? Sheeb plans on launching their own stablecoin, a rewards token, collectible card game. There's all this stuff that's coming out. Sheeb price is not moving, but Bone and Leash are going. So Sheeb is like a token setup, but they're about to become a 4th or 5th token setup. I mean, it's a little bit too wild. I don't even know what the use case is for Bone and Leash, right? So I think it's starting to be a little bit too complex, but it is what it is. Let's see if they can make all this happen. Hopefully, stablecoin is not an algorithmic stablecoin. Hopefully, it's one that's backed by something, maybe backed by Sheep or something, right? And as for the other dog token, Elon Musk says his Boring Company will accept Dogecoin for the Las Vegas loop once it's done. So you could pay to go from Las Vegas to wherever it may end up, LA or San Francisco or wherever. You can now utilize Doge to pay. So that's pretty good, I guess. Pretty good. Outside of that, that's pretty much it. If you're an ETH holder, well, the number of addresses holding at least one Ethereum has reached an all-time high of 1.5 million. 1.5 million addresses out there that holds at least one Ethereum. When you think about that, that's such a small number. It's still so early. And I guarantee it's not 1.5 million users. A lot of users have multiple wallets, right? So really, if it comes down to it, maybe 700,000, maybe 500,000, maybe only 200,000 people on the planet holds one Ethereum, right? So just to show you how early we still are. All right. That is pretty much it. Overall, today is a pretty solid day for Bitcoin and crypto, but this whole thing with Sam Bankman-Fried owing money to Voyager and Voyager taking a loan from them. There's the whole thing. Whoa, it's wild. It's wild. All right. All right. Well, as for some good news, I mean, there is some good news. So I have my Google random number generator out there. So recently, last week, before some chaos, Unstoppable Domains was giving out, having a contest and basically promoting their .blockchain domain, right? And I've said if you held one or if you bought one, you can participate. 3 winners will win $1,000. They will send it directly to they'll send ETH directly to your wallet in your .blockchain address. Here's the good thing. It's a low number, only 68. Only 68 entries, and there's been multiple entries from the same people. So actually, the total number is actually quite low. So your chance is 3 out of 68, which is 1 in 20. So 1 in 20 of you guys will win $1,000 right now. So I'm gonna select it right now. I'm gonna do a random generator from 1 to 68. First number is 51. All right, so I can't show you guys the list because there's like personal information in here, so I don't want to show you guys. Okay, the first one goes to Ida Ward. So if you are Ida Ward, congratulations. You just won $1,000 in ETH. The next one, 27. Next one is Hensley B. Edwin. You are number 2 to win $1,000. And next one is 21, one of my favorite. 21 is Moise Adeyemi. I don't know how to pronounce that correctly. Boom, you are the 3rd winner. All right, so congratulations. Each one of you guys just won $1,000. Courtesy of Unstoppable Domains. So if you want a crypto domain name to store your wallet and to run your website, something that is blockchain-based, NFT-based, go check out Unstoppable Domains, but congratulations to the 3 people that just won. All right, now, lastly, it's DCA day. It's Wednesday. This week is flying. So I brought up my portfolio. Last week, it was minus 52%. So today, better, minus 48%. And I know overall, some people will say, well, that's just stupid. This obviously doesn't work, right? But you know what? I'm going to prove it to you guys to go work. I'm going to continue to DCA, continue to DCA. And when things come back up, you're going to notice this turn green real fast. And I'm going to prove to you guys that DCA over long haul works. So this week, I have to add another $100 to my portfolio here. So which one should I add? I don't quite know. You know what? I know that I think I may be a little bit under with. No, I actually have enough Polygon. I mean, it's up here. Avalanche is a little light on. There's a lot of stuff under here that I have not added for quite some time. Actually, I don't know. Let me see here. I think I should add some ApeCoin. Do I have any ApeCoin? I don't have ApeCoin. That's what I'm going to add. I'm going to add ApeCoin. I do think that, with what Yuga Labs is doing, the people that they're attracting, like recently attracted Eminem and Snoop Dogg, they're still building out their metaverse. So I think ApeCoin is going to do well. So I'm going to let's add $100 worth of ApeCoin here. And let's see. So that's basically 1.9 something, 1.95 or something like that. Exchange pair, ape, yeah, something like that. There you go. Where is it? Down here, right? Wait, no, I didn't do that right. I need to change that. My Asian math is failing me. That's not right. Let's see here. How do I transactions? How do I change this? Edit. $100 divided by 5.119. 19.5. I got one of my decimal points wrong. There we go. All right, there we go. All right. So this week, ApeCoin. All right, now let's do some Q&A. April, well, before I get to that, let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats. I did see a couple of them. One from Cam Ventures. I appreciate a big super chat with no question. Future millionaire, with people losing money in Celsius and Voyager, many will be hesitant to reinvest. Do you think this could be affect crypto in the long term, short term? I have no doubt there's a big effect short term. A lot of people that have their money locked in. Let's just assume it's not looking good, but there could be a chance so that there's some recovery, not 100%. But regardless, if there's some recovery or there's zero recovery, a lot of people will be hurt, definitely hurt, and may get discouraged and say, "Screw this, I'm out." Right. So short term, there's definitely a lot of pain, right? But long term, we will get through this. Of course, this is one of those learning curves, I don't know, just one of those learning opportunities, I guess. And basically, with any new revolution, with any new technology, there's going to be ideas that work and ideas that don't. Algorithmic stablecoin started out as a great idea, turned out not so good. So that's probably going to be a failed idea. Same deal with lending companies, centralized lending companies, with the way they were earning interest. Probably not a good idea to loan it to people without collateral or proper collateral, and probably not a good idea to not have enough assets on hand in case of a bank run, stuff like that, right? So I think we'll come out stronger long term, but short term, there's definitely pain from it. Let's see. Cam, again. What happens when a company buys a company in blockchain? What's BK? I don't know what BK is. Like FTX did with Voyager with that loan. Well, they didn't buy him yet. Would anything change in the replay plan? Yeah, I mean, they have to approve it or not if they're going to buy it. But whether or not they're going to buy it at all anymore, it's uncertain because I'm pretty sure they didn't know Voyager was going to declare bankruptcy. So who knows? Who knows? It could be structured 100 different ways. If they buy him out, maybe FTX has enough money to make everyone whole. And that's it. They don't have to do anything. But maybe not. Blue Zell, I think they restructured. I mean, they start out as a database play, a blockchain distributed database, but I think they went into something else. I have not kept up with them, Kay. Any chance that Voyager could survive this with FTX help? Yeah, there's a chance. I kind of just got done saying it. Voyager, I mean, if Sam Bankman-Fried has $2 billion, he just said that he could use to help stop the contagion, according to him. Well, he could certainly buy Voyager and basically and make everyone whole if he wanted to do that. I don't know if he would do that. It's not a smart business move to do that. So I don't know. Someone is asking on Celsius. I covered this. Basically, they're bringing on 2 new people to the board of directors, and it's important to recognize who they are. One is a founder of a private family office, probably someone that's going to inject capital into Celsius for a large portion of the new company. And number 2 is someone that leads restructurings and litigations and distressed investments, which is exactly what they have right now. Right? Litigation, distress investments, and they're going through restructuring. So these 2 guys were not added by accident, that's for sure. Jeff Hammer, man, thank you. Always appreciate it. Maybe we could see a super cycle altcoin season to begin. You know, when you could argue all 2021 was a super altcoin cycle already. But yeah, I mean, it shows right now the fact that Bitcoin dominance didn't shoot up to 70% shows that there are so many people that are still holding on to their altcoins. So that's definitely very promising. When the market comes back up again, a lot of them will roar back to life. So, yeah. I hold all my vet on Voyager. Be sad for me, Rich. I actually have some vet on Voyager as well. So I got a little bit amount stuck on Voyager, but luckily not a whole lot. Someone asked, am I safe on Gemini? Fingers crossed. Right now it seems like it, but they have been really quiet. Very, very, very quiet. No peep from them in terms of, you know, their earn program, you know, whether or not they have any exposure, whether they're suffering from bank run situation. I don't know. There's nothing about Gemini. If Voyager makes everyone whole, aren't they broke and done for? Yeah, but basically they can't. They're already in the position they are because they can't make everyone whole. So that's the thing. They hold only about 110 million of cash. Okay, that's theirs. Now outside of that, they hold 1.3 billion in customers' assets and I forgot how much in cash, like 350 million in cash. Those are customers' assets. So they actually have a lot of assets that they can distribute out, but I'm pretty sure there's a giant hole, the 666 million from Three Arrows Capital and everything else. It adds up, right? So that's where they're not whole. Can I bail out Voyager? No, I cannot. I cannot. Thoughts on KuCoin? I mean, a lot of spread recently spread about them. CEO got really mad, said, you know, this is all BS. We may even go after the people that spread the FUD, you know, but right now, who knows, right? You can't be too safe these days. So I think they'll be fine. I think KuCoin will be fine. They've been around for a long time, and they've been growing like leaps and bounds recently. But, you know, right now it's a good time to be safeguarding some of your crypto. When I say safeguarding your crypto, I mean putting it into a wallet that you control. Coinbase has limited me to $250 a day from the start. They suddenly upped my daily limit to $3,000 and made me cash out. It feels desperate to me. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. That does sound a little fishy. But sometimes they do up you based on your current spend. So I don't know if you've been consistent with $250 daily. Maybe that's why. I can't tell you why. I used KuCoin to deposit and sell HNT. It was in my node for over a month. Now it seems to have disappeared completely from the platform along with Kadena. Scary. Yeah, that doesn't sound exactly right, Cryptari. I'm wondering if it's stuck in limbo because you selected the wrong network or something like that, but they don't just disappear. So I would definitely open up a support case and talk with KuCoin about both of those. Charlie 3C3, next major oracle for Cardano. I mean, that's been talked about for quite some time. But as for oracles, just stick with Chainlink. There's no oracle out there that has any traction. None. There's such a vast difference between Chainlink and everyone else. It's not even close. So I would say stick with Chainlink if you're looking for oracle play. Do you think Voyager token at the bottom with all the negative news or beginning to end? I wouldn't. I mean, for me, I would stay far, far away from VGX. I mean, things with Voyager could be cleared up, but man, I don't know. In this case, sometimes there's just no bottom. So yeah, I don't even know where where VGX is at right now. Let's look at it. They're at 58 million. Their stock has been halted on the Canadian exchange. And with this bankruptcy proceeding, and they plan out paying out people using VGX2 or making them whole with VGX, I don't know if that means they're going to distribute what they control, or they're going to increase the supply, or they're going to come out with a new token. There's a lot of unknowns at this point. Footsole says, same with me about HNT and Condena. That's two people. You guys should both open up support cases and look at it if there's something going on with them. But that sounds very fishy. My inner George says to keep DCAing and hodl. My inner voice is screaming like a little girl. Where's the safest place to buy VeChain? There's a lot of places. Depends on where you are. But if you're in the U.S., Binance.us is a great exchange for that. So, yeah. And there's, of course, some smaller exchanges. Like Bitget is a new partner. They're relatively small, but they're still open to U.S. residents. No KYC. And they have hundreds of tokens, but they're relatively new. In the U.S., there's not a lot of places to buy VeChain. I mean, Voyager was one of them, but obviously not now. But there's a lot of foreign exchanges that does offer it. Dragon, yes. According to this report, unless this report is not right, but no, I think it's right. Alameda Research owes $377 million to Voyager. It's unknown why Voyager is not asking for it back, why they didn't mention Alameda Research at all. They only finger pointed to ETHEREUM, right? And why they took out a loan when they could just ask for this back. So I can only speculate why, and only if this story is true, but this is definitely breaking news right now. Rocky Bobby, what is the point of giving VGX tokens if they will become zero? Well, I mean, obviously there's no point, but they don't think it's going to become zero, or they hope it's not going to become zero. I mean, it's really hard to kill off crypto, but then again, you look at what happened with Luna and how many decimal points it ended up with. You just never know. So, yeah, their restructuring plan to make people whole is just questionable at this point. How rich is Sam Bankman-Fried? He's supposed to be the youngest self-made billionaire out there. I don't know what he's worth, but he's worth billions. Matt, what platform can I use to buy crypto? You know what? There's a lot of platforms for all different people. So, you can head over to CryptosRUs.com. I always say, hey, check out CryptosRUs.com. I have right at the top, best exchange guide. Take a look. There's a lot of exchanges out there, and I have how-to guides for pretty much every single major exchange on CryptosRUs.com. Just check them out. All right. Is it safe to keep coins at Uphold? I have used Uphold before. They have been around. Seems pretty legit. If you're a Brave user, if you're a BAT collector, it's always defaulted to Uphold. So they've been around okay. But their wallet is definitely not non-custodial. They control it, and right now it's just better safe than sorry. If you can, which almost all of you guys can, download a wallet on your phone or get a hardware wallet and storing it on there. That's the safest, David. That's the safest. What is the likelihood Cadena absorbs all ETH miners after merge? Zero likelihood, because Cadena uses a different type of miners. So it's not likely at all. Oh, by the way, speaking of leverage, I saw someone talk about leverage. This is just ridiculous. I've never heard of this company before, but this shows you why you don't want to play with leverage. So it turns out there is this exchange or crypto startup that uses AI trading. They tried to short Luna, and they lost $20 million in client funds because even though you know it's going to go down, there was tons of volatility. So both sides get wrecked, up and down. So this stupid company, basically, they labeled themselves as an AI-enabled automatic trading strategies company, right? Yet their AI was not smart enough to stop 99% of their client funds of being liquidated. That's how bad it is, right? So that's why you don't want to play with leverage. You think you'll outsmart the market. You think it's a sure thing, like, oh, Luna's going to crash, so I must short it, right? And then you see a big spike up, boom, you lose everything, and then it spikes back down, and then more people get, and anyways, and the people that run Uprise, I think this is a Korean-based company. I mean, they should be all thrown in jail. That's just reckless. That's beyond reckless. But yeah, case in point. Glad I didn't get involved with centralized staking at all. Any on-wallet staking you recommend? There's a lot. Polygon, you could do it. Avalanche, you could do it. Solana, you could do it. I mean, there's a lot of on-chain wallets or on-wallets. Phantom, you could do it. BNB, you could do it. Some of them you could do it straight from Cosmos. Some of them you could do it straight from a Trust wallet. But there's many that you could do from, let's say, the Exodus wallet too. There's many, some exchanges even offer it. So there's many places that you could do that. Usually you just download their own native wallet to do so. In your opinion, how many BTC to ETH should someone aspire to hold to reach their first million for the first 5 years? Hey, just having one Bitcoin can get you to the first million, right? Maybe not 5 years, but 10 years plus. Yeah, I can see Bitcoin going to 1 million eventually. As for ETH, I don't know about longevity because ETH in 10 years may not be around because others could have overtaken it and then they die out. I can't say for sure how long ETH's lifespan is, but I can say for sure Bitcoin's lifespan is much, much longer, if not basically infinite and forever. All right, guys, I'll let you guys go. Overall, you know what? Fed didn't say anything, so that's good. Let's see how U.S. markets turn out to be tomorrow, so make sure you tune in 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. I have more stuff to say. Bitcoin is holding above 20,000 right now, but the biggest story, of course, is Voyager, their bankruptcy, and how Sam Bankman-Fried and Alameda Research, how they're involved. On one hand, they're loaning Voyager money, and on the other hand, they owe them money. It doesn't really add up, so I'm sure more developments will happen, and I'll let you guys know what they are. All right? So smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow bright and early. All right? Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.